Interpersonal relations orientation theory says that we're in relationships because we have a need to, or we're motivated to be in relationships because we have a need for affection, inclusion, and control. You want a healthy balance of these. You can have the underpersonal or the overpersonal need. Overpersonal may be the person that shares too much deep personal information right away with others in a way that's inappropriate or makes people feel uncomfortable. Touchy-feely. Underpersonal, the individual is the exact opposite. They don't step up to the plate as far as affection is concerned when it's called for. So, somebody dies in the family, they may be inappropriately interpersonal about it. The need for inclusion, we have our extremes of being over-social and under-social. Over-social has to always constantly be out, center of attention. And the other unhealthy imbalance is antisocial. Not making those any kind of stride to interact with others, complete avoidance. So you want a balance between those. And then the last need is for control in relationships. And just like our leadership lectures, this ties in here. In a democratic, unlike the leadership, with a democratic leader, that person is actually in control. But here, it's a shared control. It is a shared control in a democratic leadership. It's just that the leader, the democratic leader, does make the decision in the end. In this theory, you have a shared control with the other person. Shared control in relationships. So you make decisions together, or you compromise, or you do certain things that you feel you have equal control with the other person, at least as a whole. An autocrat is just what we talked about, the authoritarian. That's the individual that has to have complete control in the relationship. So if I were to say, Lynn, what's your favorite restaurant?
Japanese restaurant. Sushi.
Okay, all right, so any particular place in town?
I don't remember, but in Omaha, but it has wasabi sushi.
Okay. All right, so Omaha restaurant. Okay, so let's say that we're planning on going to Omaha, and we're going to go to eat. And this is where you want to eat. You want to eat at your favorite sushi restaurant in Omaha. But I'm an autocrat in this relationship, and I want to go to Cheesecake Factory. Where are we going? If I have to have complete control, what am I going to do? Okay, all right. So you see how controlling that is? Even though you just told me details about your favorite restaurant in Omaha. If I'm taking complete control over this, the problem is it's an unequal exchange. You can see social exchange coming into this too. You may not stay friends with me. Autocrat is like our laissez-faire. You're always surrendering your control in the relationship. Sounds like, what movie do you want to go to? Whatever movie you want is fine. No, really, you know I chose last time. No, I don't care. Whatever you want to do, I'll do whatever you want to do. But that's always, they always do that. So then you never really know the needs of this other person. So it's an unequal sharing of control. Okay. Now that we've covered fundamental interpersonal relations orientation theory, the next one, a newer theory, concerns our technology, social information processing. This is new. This is moving very fast. It's hard to keep up with because of technology. But what it's saying is technology has changed how our relationships form. So if if you consider just Facebook, for example, how many of you have reconnected with somebody on Facebook that you hadn't in a while? That in itself is changing how our relationships are formed, how our relationships are maintained. Other things, if you have met a person and you're not going to see them for a couple more weeks, if you text them a few times between the time that you meet them and the next time you see them, that relationship is going to be more advanced than if you would have texted them at all. So that's changing how we form our friendships. And there's a lot of concerns about it, as there always is whenever there's new technology added into anything. For example, people are concerned that there's with the lack of face-to-face, that there's something missing in those relationships. And that's true, it may be true, maybe good, maybe bad. We don't know, but there's a lot of concerns about how this is affecting our relationships, and a lot of researchers don't understand it. So that's where we're at on this. We're just going to have to watch this and see what happens. Okay, the next theory, and the last one I will talk about, is the dialectical theory. Very, very common theory. And I like the explanation in the Seiler and Beale book. It's this push and pull of contradictory directions in relationships. So we have this, all of us have this conflict within ourselves. It's a tension between two forces, and it is focused on three different areas. First area, connection and autonomy, which means that I really want to feel connected to you, but I like my independence. I like to be on my own, and I really like to be with you. And that can be a difficult balance for us. Openness and closeness. Sounds like I am an open book. You can ask me anything. Okay, we're friends? Okay, but not that one. Okay, because I need to keep my privacy in that one area. Do I really need to tell my significant other everything? Or are we allowed some secrets? Or I should be completely honest about everything. So we have this conflict, and we all have these conflicts within ourselves and our relationships around us. Okay, you can consider that with your parents. Okay, maybe not everything I'm going to tell them, but I should. Novelty, predictability. Everything's new. It's exciting, but I'm a little insecure about this, so I'm not sure how comfortable I feel with this. Now that we've moved through the stages of friendship and we're in a stabilized friendship, things are stable, things are predictable, but they're not any fun. We don't do anything new or different or spontaneous. So we have that conflict amongst ourselves.